Ferguson in motion, pressure on Prescott, gets rid of it, Lamb. Oh, one-hander! C.D. Lamb! Cowboys bring press indeed. An all-pro returner who's got space. Devontae Turpin out across the 45. Situations like this one. Stafford is sacked. There it is. That pass rush and it's Micah Parsons.
What up, Cowboy Nation? It's your boy Big D over here at Big D Media, talking all things Dallas Cowboys and other NFL-related topics. Do me a favor before I get started. Like, comment, please subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell so you'll know anytime we're talking about some football over here on the channel. Now, today is week 11. Man, it's flying by. We had a good season so far. A lot of ups and downs for some teams. Mostly up for some, mostly down for others, but all in all, it's been a good season so far. Our Dallas Cowboys right in the thick of things, but we're going to go over Big D's big 3 games for the day and also go over our Dallas Cowboy matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Here, I hope everybody having a good Sunday so far. Chilling, sitting back with the fam. Got Thanksgiving coming up later this week, so happy early holidays to everybody. But first game we're going to go over today is a battle for second place in the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens are sitting at 8-3 right now in the AFC North. Steelers and Brown are locked in with each other at second place for 6-3. So should be a good battle out there today. The AFC North actually got week 11 started with the Ravens and the Bengals. Ravens pull out the victory 34-13. Bengals lose Joe Burrow for the year again with ligament damage in his wrist. So prayers up to Joe Burrow. Just been having some bad luck with injuries since he got to the NFL, man. And he's such a good quarterback. So hopefully this is the last time he got to deal with a season-ending injury for a while. But Steelers up first. Kenny Pickett is QB1, 179 yards a game, 6 TDs, 4 interceptions for 81 rating and a 61% completion rate. Najee Harris is the top running back, 51 yards a game, 4-yard average, 3 TDs. Jaylen Warren is his backup, 40 yards per game, 5.1 yards a carry, and 2 TDs. One of my favorite young receivers in the NFL, George Pickens, makes some of the best catches you can see. Up and coming, man. Keep an eye on him. 62 yards a game, 17 yards per catch, and 3 TDs on the year. Deontay Johnson sitting on the other side of him, 53 yards per game, 13 yards per catch, and 1 TD. Offensively, they're having a pretty average year, 300 yards per game. They got the 29th ranked passing attack, 180 yards per game, 20th in rushing, 103 yards per game, 36% on third down, and they scoring about 17.3 points a game. So defensively, not having the best year, but they scrappy, man, and they 6-3. Mike Tomlin always going to roll out a good squad, tough squad for you to play. So they have been giving up 398 yards a game defensively, 248 through the air, 131 on the ground, 20 points per game, and they going about 41% on third down. So they top player on defense, we all know, is Mr. TJ Watt. So the Browns, their pass protection is not very good. They're giving up 28 sacks on the year, so better find a way to chip TJ today, give him some help, give you the right tackle, some help with a tight end or something, because we know he's coming. But the Browns, they also actually lost their quarterback, Mr. Deshaun Watson, for the year, so they're going to go with the youngster, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, on the year. Hadn't played very much. P.J. Brown had been filling in for Deshaun Watson earlier in the year when he was injured, so they're going to go with Dorian Thompson-Robinson today. He only played 3 games, got a 54% 54% completion percentage, 43 yards a game, 0 TDs. Has already thrown interceptions, 3 interceptions, so might want to be careful, get a youngster some help, backside of the backfield, run some screens, and they're going to have to come with a heavy dose of that run game today. Jerome Ford going to need to be solid today, 59 yards a game, 4.3 yard average, 2 TDs. Mr. Kareem Hunt was signed after the Nick Chubb injury to the knee, so prayers up to Nick. I'm thinking he's trying to make it back this year, but not sure. But 32 yards a game for Mr. Hunt, 3.3 yard average, and 6 TDs already. He hadn't even played on the team the whole year, so going pretty well for Hunt. And Amari Cooper, top pass catcher. Miss you over here, Coop. 79 yards a game, 17 yard average, and 2 TDs. David Njoku, next best pass catcher, 41 yards per game, 9 yard average, 2 TDs. Offensively, they putting up about 354 yards a game, 185 through the air, 147 rushing, which is second in the NFL, and 33% on third down for 23 points per game. Defensively, Myles Garrett been going crazy. They actually rank first in yards per game, 242, and 6th in points given up in 18.9. So should be a good battle in the AFC today with them two. That battle in the AFC North is real close. I believe it would have been a 4-way race had Joe Burrow not got hurt all the way to the finish, trying to finish right behind the Ravens. But I think might have a couple of teams in the playoffs from the AFC North, so keep an eye out there. Second game of the day is actually a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Got the 8-1 Eagles traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the 7-2 Chiefs. This should be a good game. I know the Eagles think they let one slip away in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts actually had a big turnover. He fumbled it. Nick Bolton picked it up, returned it for a whole touchdown, swinging the momentum back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ended up being one of the biggest plays in the Super Bowl. Chiefs pulled the victory by 3, so I know the Eagles are looking to redeem themselves. But Mr. Jalen Hurts, Mr. Everything, 260 yards per game, 15 TDs, 8 interceptions for a 68% completion rate and 97 rating. DeAndre Swift, a new addition to the Eagles. They let Miles Sanders go to Carolina, averaging 68.2 yards a game, a 4.5 average, 3 TDs. So going well for Mr. Swift so far. And Mr. A.J. Brown, top wide out, and not only on the team, but in the league right now, 111 yards a game, 15 yard average, 6 TDs. Devontae Smith, no, he's no backup to anybody. It's just 1A and 1B over there. 59.2 yards a game, 12 yard average, and 4 TDs. Offensively, they putting up about 390 yards a game, 247 through the air, 129 on the ground, 50% on third down. We know why that is. If you don't keep them in third and short, brotherly shove or tush push, whatever the hell you want to call it, is coming, and I hate it, but it is a effective play. And they ranked third in points per game with 28. Defensively, not the same squad as last year, but still a team to be reckoned with, especially up front. They got 345 yards per game, giving up 66 yards on the ground per game, so it's very hard to run on the Eagles. 257 through the air. Teams are going about 42% on third down and 21.7 points per game. So Eagles going to be looking to redeem themselves in this Super Bowl. I know they probably going to be locked in today. You have to be in Arrowhead Stadium. It's going to be very loud. So it won't be like the Super Bowl. It won't be half Philly, half Kansas City. It's going to be all Kansas City. So the little Eagles fans that are there are going to have to come with it. And for the Chiefs, we all know who QB1 is, Mr. Patty Mahomes. 270 yards a game, 68% completion rate, 17 TDs, 8 interceptions though, for a 96 rating. So more turnovers than we used to for Patty this time of year, but still 7-2. So getting through the adversity. Isaiah Pacheco, the mean runner, and this man runs so hard. I have never seen somebody stomp so hard and fast when they run. But Isaiah Pacheco, very physical runner, 58 yards per game, 4.2 yards per carry, and 3 TDs. And Mr. Travis Kelce, 74 yards per game, a 10-yard average, 4 TDs, 1 Taylor Swift on his arm. Probably going to be at the game today also, so look out for that. Anytime Taylor show up, he show out. Mr. Rashee Rice, the next top pass catcher for the Chiefs, 42 yards per game, 11.8 yards a catch, 4 TDs. Offensively, having a decent year, 378 yards per game, 264 through the air, 103 on the ground, 45% on third down, going for about 23 points a game. Defensively, kind of the difference with the Chiefs this year. It's usually all about offense with the Chiefs, but this year it is definitely about the defense. And the defense been pulling out some games, especially the one over in, I believe, London or Germany, wherever it was they played. But it was a good, close game, low-scoring game, and the defense was making some big plays against Miami's offense. So defense giving up about 307 yards a game, which is tops in the league at 4th place, 176 through the air, 112 on the ground, 36% on third down, and they only giving up 15.9 points per game, which is tied with the San Francisco 49ers for first place. So that should be a battle today. Hopefully it is. Hopefully the Chiefs and the Eagles show up, but if one don't, the other one gonna get beat down. I guarantee you that. So should be a good matchup. I know everybody gonna be watching that one, especially us Cowboy fans, because I believe we have a lot of Chiefs fans in Cowboy country today. So go Chiefs. Can't even lie, but should be a good game. Next game, this kind of my little upset pick of the day right here, man. The Bucks taking on the 49ers today. I don't know why. I think the Bucks kind of match up well against the Niners. I don't know how well Baker gonna do, but if Baker come with his game today, with the defense that the Bucks got, I think they can. I think they match up well with them 2 fast linebackers. I think they match up real well. They got a good front. So we're going to see how it go today. Got some good physical corners, big corners too. So we're going to see how it go for the 49ers today. But I'm picking them. I'm trolling. I want the Eagles and the 49ers to lose. You understand me? But Baker Mayfield, QB1 for the Buccaneers this year, 238 yards per game, 14 TDs, 5 interceptions for a 64% completion rate, 93 rating for Baker Mayfield. So it's going all right for old Shaking Bake over there. But when you got receivers like Godwin and Evans, it should. But RB1, running back 1, Mr. Rashad White, 47.7 yards per game, 3 yards a carry, and 3 TDs. Don't let them stats fool you, though. That is an explosive, shifty kid. So get him enough touches in the right areas, man. He can make some plays. So be looking out for Rashad today. Mike Evans, Mr. 1,000 yards per year, 81 yards per game, 17-yard average, 6 TDs. Definitely having a Mike Evans year. Chris Godwin, his sidekick, 58 yards per game, 11 yards per catch with 1 TD. Offensively, they putting up about 316 yards a game, 228 through the air, 78 on the ground. So we got to pick that up. 39% on third down for 19.8 points per game. Defensively, still a decent group. Like I'm saying, they not giving up a lot of it. They not at the bottom of the league, but still got to go play that defense. That's basically the same defense they had when they won the Super Bowl, and they still a proud group of guys. So 372 yards per game, giving up about 266 through the air, 87 yards on the ground. So not real easy to run on Tampa Bay. 47% on third down, they getting off the field, and 19.2 points per game. So they kind of bend but don't break. They're not giving up a lot of points per game. You might move the ball, but look like a lot of the teams kicking field goals against them. So, but you gonna need that defense to be sturdy today, because you got the 49ers, Mr. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, got over his struggles last week in Jacksonville. He averaging about 258 yards per game this year, 15 TDs, 5 interceptions, 68% completion rate for 109 rating. So still going well for Brock even after the 3-game skid. C-Mac, know he gonna do his thing. Got 83 yards per game this year on the ground, 4.9 yards per carry, and 9 TDs. His streak did get stopped last week in Jacksonville, but pretty sure he'll pick that back up today. Brandon Ayuk, really underrated receiver, killing people on these over routes every game. But 84 yards per game, 17-yard average, 3 TDs. George Kittle been dominating the last 3 weeks, trying to keep it going one more week. 62 yards per game, 16 yards a catch for 4 TDs. Offense rolling as usual, 383 yards per game, 248 through the air, 134 on the ground for 28 points per game. Defensively, we know they top notch with Fred Warner. Now they've added Chase Young. Oh, I forgot Chase Young and Bosa play today. And y'all remember what Baker did at Ohio State when he planted the flag in the middle of their field. So might not go so well for Baker today. They never gonna forget that. But defensively, they top 5 as far as yards per game with 304, 221 through the air, 83 yards rushing, so cannot run on them. And like I say, they tied with the Chiefs for first, giving up 15.9 points per game. So those are my 3 big matchups of the day. Hopefully y'all check them out. Those are the ones I thought were worth giving a look today. But last but not least, you know who we got. Our Dallas Cowboys traveling to Carolina today to take on the Panthers. As we all know, Dallas been in existence way before Carolina. So from what I hear, Carolina been working on the silent count this week because they expect America's team and America's fans to show up today. But we know QB1 for the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Rain Dakota Prescott, has been lighting the league up the past 4 weeks. He going for about 268 yards per game, 70% completion rate, 17 TDs, 6 interceptions for 105 rating. So I know them numbers just make you haters cringe, but that's what it is. Tony Pollard need to pick it up, especially with Rico Dowdle kind of nicking up his ankle yesterday at practice. So TP, we need you to step up today, man. You only got 58 yards per game, 3.9 a carry, 2 TDs. Rico, not sure if he's going to go today. He was downgraded to questionable yesterday. 23 yards per game, 4.5 a carry with 1 TD. Mr. CeeDee Lamb, the top wide out, not only on Dallas, but one of them in the league, Richard Sherman. 108 yards per game, 14-yard average, 4 TDs on the year. Mr. Cooks just now starting to heat up, 42 yards per game, 13-yard average, 3 TDs. The youngster, Fergie, Mr. Jake Ferguson, steady showing his potential every week, 39.3 yards per game, 9 yards average, 4 TDs. Offensively, we putting up 397 yards per game, 261 yards through the air, 117 on the ground, going 47% on third down. and we scoring 28 points a game. So we right there with the best in the league as far as points being scored. Defensively, tops in the league, 275 yards per game. That's ranked third, 166 on the ground. Through the air, 109 on the ground, 18.3 points per game. So we rank fourth there in points given up. The team we facing this week is Carolina. They really did Bryce Young a disservice getting rid of DJ Moore and McCaffrey and Thielen. They brought Thielen in, but I just don't feel like they had enough weapons for him, man. And his offensive line is horrible. So, Carolina going to have to be patient with Bryce Young until they get some more pieces around him. But Bryce Young going for 195 yards per game, 8 TDs, 7 interceptions, a 62% completion rate, 75 rating. Running back Chuba Hubbard is a top back right now, 39 yards per game, 3.7 average per carry for 1 TD. Miles Sanders. They pick up Miles Sanders for the Eagles. The Eagles told him to go find his money because they knew why he was doing good over there because of that good offensive line. In Philly, Carolina gave him the money, and they get a whole 28 yards per game for a 3.2 average and 1 TD through 9 games. So we do know the offensive line over there is not very good. So I won't put it all on Miles, but you should be doing a little better than that. And Adam Thielen, top wide out, 72 yards per game, 9.6 average, 4 TDs. Chark Jr. is the other receiver, 32 yards per game, 13-yard average, 3 TDs. Offensively, they putting up 304 yards per game, 185 through the air, 90 yards rushing a game, 37% on third down for a whole 17 points per game. So offensively, not doing well at all. I need our defense to come in locked in and just knock them off. We don't need no problems. Just come in, be who we are, get them out of here. But defensively, they are okay. They playing with a lot of pride over there. 322 yards per game, which is not too bad. 176 yards through the air, but 131 on the ground. So they cannot stop the run at all, going 35% on third down for about an average of 27 points a game. So they are not doing very well at all. They rank top 5 in yards given up and bottom 5 in points given up. So like I say, I guess teams are not starting on long fields against Carolina, but can't worry about them. Got to worry about my Dallas Cowboys, and we know what we need to do today. We need another New York Giant type beatdown. Every other game outside of the Chargers, when we win, it has been lopsided. It really has. Dak didn't put his fourth quarter hat on about 3 or 4 times this year, and I need to see the fourth quarter hat today because we play on Thanksgiving. We on our stretch where we playing these 3 or 4 games in 19 days. So tough stretch for our Dallas Cowboys right now, but the way we playing, I think we can get through it. Defensively, we need to come out fast, hitting everything and move, get the young lion involved. He been a little discouraged here lately because he having to play linebacker, but it's really because of the injuries we've been suffering. But hopefully we come out today, blow them out. My pick on that game, you already know it is Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to say 42-10 again. I don't see them sticking with us. I just don't see us being on the same level. And if the Dallas Cowboys come out and play at the level we can, this will not be a game in the fourth quarter. So hope it's a good game. Hope we have a lot of touchdowns and sacks today. But that's my big games of the day, man. And hopefully y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, man. Have a good day. Eat some good food. Chill with the family. Watch some football. And I hope your team win. I'm Big D here at Bigg D Media. Thank you for watching, y'all. Please subscribe. Just want to keep this thing rolling. So thank you for watching. Big D here at Big D Media. Enjoy your Sunday. Go Cowboys.